Remember the terrifying scene from The Shining? Now imagine that horror unfolding in real time, placing a defenseless child at the center of a chilling story. Meet 9-year-old Felicia Kononchuk, a sweet girl with a heart painted on her face, who loved her family and TikTok friends. Little did she know that her final moments would be captured on TikTok as her crazy neighbor, 33-year-old Vasily Dunnitz, attempted to break into her home. Born in Cheetah City, Russia in 2011, Felicia's life was tragically cut short by a series of events that unfolded on February 17, 2021. As the daughter of Alina and Fyodor, with 2 brothers on either side, Felicia grew up as a quintessential girly girl, embracing pink, flowers, and unicorns while excelling in school. Living in Cheetah, a city close to Mongolia, Felicia's TikTok account reached friends all across the country, making her feel like part of a big friendly group. Even though she didn't have millions of followers, her TikTok was special because she had real and meaningful connections. It wasn't just about the numbers, it was about the true friendships that she made. This made her feel close, not just to her local friends, but to the whole world, creating a strong sense of unity with her generation. Her family, recognizing her boundless potential, provided support for her diverse interests. Whether it was artistic pursuits, academic endeavors, or simply embracing the joys of childhood, Felicia was encouraged to explore and follow her passions. A kind and loving soul, Felicia's warmth extended not only to her family, but also to those that she connected with on TikTok. Her father saw TikTok as a platform for creativity and expression rather than as a source of danger. He believed in the positive impact of social media when used responsibly. In this nurturing environment, Felicia's TikTok presence became an extension of her vibrant personality, allowing her to share moments of joy, creativity, and connection with her online friends. On the afternoon of February 17, 2021, a seemingly ordinary day took a harrowing turn for Felicia and her family. With her parents away, Felicia, along with her 2 brothers and a maintenance team, confronted an unexpected nightmare. The usual calm of their day was shattered by scary noises echoing in the apartment building hallway. The sunlight, which usually made everything feel safe, now witnessed something awful happening. Felicia, her brothers, and the workers had to make a tough decision in the face of a growing threat. In a brave move, Felicia decided to share what was happening by going live on TikTok. The room, usually bright with sunlight, became the setting for a scary story. Vasily Dunnitz, a neighbor who'd too much time to drink, turned into someone really scary for an entire hour. Felicia's TikTok friends, many of them kids like her, also listened to the scary sounds of Vasily banging on the door. Imagine the fear that young Felicity felt, capturing her last moments on TikTok, with her little brother whimpering in the background, helpless and scared. Unfortunately, this wasn't the first instance where Felicia faced danger from her neighbor. The person responsible for this terrifying situation was 33-year-old Vasily Dunnitz. He worked at a household supply store and had a troubling history of getting violent and irrational when he was drunk. This wasn't the first time he had clashed with Felicia's dad. This time around, his anger was sparked by the noise created by the family's renovation team. Earlier that morning, Vasily had already bothered Felicia and her brothers because of the noise. Fyodor, Felicia's dad, had set clear boundaries, leading to an argument with Vasily before he went out to buy groceries. However, instead of letting things settle, Vasily, fueled by anger, chose to wait for Fyodor to leave so he could continue terrorizing the children. After her TikTok recordings, Felicia reached out to local friends for help. A friend offered refuge until her father returned home, and Vasily seemingly retreated to his apartment. As Felicia had hoped, Vasily seemingly grew tired of attempting to break in. Quietly, she waited for her dad's return and for her friend to knock on her door so they could take a stroll in the local park. Just minutes before Fyodor arrived home, Felicia heard a knock. Assuming it was her friend, she eagerly approached the door. However, her anticipation turned to sheer horror when she opened it, and standing before her was none other than Vasily, armed with a hunting rifle. In a panic, Felicia swiftly closed the door, but it provided little protection as Vasily fired through it, leaving perfect holes. Tragically, the bullets found their mark in her head. she managed to cling to life just long enough to share a final moment with her dad. When Fyodor returned home, he encountered a devastating scene. Imagine the horror he experienced finding his daughter covered in blood, a scene that defied understanding. "I ran into the corridor and saw my daughter covered in blood," uttered Fyodor. "I've been killed." He cradled her in his arms and urgently called out to his son and the repair workers to summon an ambulance. Fyodor's oldest son dialed emergency services as quickly as possible, but tragically, they arrived too late. "My daughter died in my arms. When the ambulance arrived, I carried her to them, but the doctor said that she had no chance to survive. Felicia had been shot in the head with a 12 caliber hunting rifle. It was a miracle she lived long enough to say goodbye to her father." Vasily Dunnitz was promptly arrested on the spot, showing no attempt to flee his apartment after committing this heinous act. The lingering question begs to be answered. Why did the maintenance workers fail to intervene and persuade Vasily to relent? For nearly an hour, he relentlessly pounded on Felicia's door, spewing curses and attempting to break in. Did the workers dismiss the threats, failing to grasp the severity, or were they paralyzed by fear, hesitant to confront someone potentially armed with a gun? In the tragic culmination, Vasily did indeed possess a firearm, and Felicia found herself directly in its line of fire. The presence of maintenance workers within the apartment, coupled with Felicia's detailed documentation of her fears in 2 TikTok videos, intensifies the heartbreaking nature of the case. Opportunities to avert this tragedy seem plentiful, yet the true danger went unnoticed, and a call to the police came too late. After the heartbreaking demise of Felicia, her father turned to TikTok, sharing his daughter's final 2 videos in March of 2021. Subsequently, he posted a video from the crime scene and another from his home, where he openly wept over the irreplaceable loss of his only daughter. The question looms: did Vasily truly believe he was justified in tormenting children over a mere noise complaint? How could the taking of a child's life compensate for a few hours of disruptive maintenance noise? Being under the influence of alcohol doesn't excuse his actions. Instead, it serves to underscore his already horrifying behavior, portraying him as a real-life monster. Fyodor's concluding TikTok video depicted Vasily behind bars awaiting his trial. The comment section became a space for people to express sympathy for Fyodor, while others voiced concerns that the legal system might not deliver a life sentence. Fyodor shared one last video, offering a glimpse into his life with his 4-year-old son at Felicia's funeral. Vasily Dunnitz received a 17-year sentence in a strict regime penal colony on Siberia. The prospect of his release at the age of 50 raises unsettling questions. Will prison rehabilitate his behavior, or will it foster even more violence and desensitization to crime? Fyodor, in a bid for justice, sought to appeal Vasily's sentence. He emphatically stated, "The murder deserves at least 20 years. I just want that man to realize what he did." This devastating story prompts reflection on the fragility of life and the unforeseen dangers lurking in seemingly ordinary situations. It serves as a stark reminder that even the most innocent can fall victim to the unthinkable. As we delve into the details of Felicia's story, let us honor her memory and contemplate the urgent need for a safer world for our children. What are your thoughts on this haunting case? Have you heard of other unsettling TikTok murder stories? Share your insights in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Until next time, stay safe.